Okay, welcome to this lesson, Creating Expressions Part 1. In this lesson, I'm going to show you the very first lesson that I learned for drawing expressions. It was taught to me by my son, and I'm really glad he showed it to me because I've used it ever since. It's fun, it's easy, and it really shows you how to do expressions quickly. So I just started off with an 8.5 by 11 canvas, and I chose a 50% gray and filled it in. Then I chose the line tool and created a 9-block grid. Then I lock the layer so I don't mess it up. So now we're ready to create our head templates. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is just draw in a series of circles or ovals to represent the head. They don't need to be fancy or finished, just rough circles or ovals, anything to represent the head. And then after that, what we're going to do is we're going to just draw in each head very simple eyes and nose. So just rough ovals to represent the eyes and nose in each head. From there, what we're going to do is we're going to create a new layer for the features. And in the top row, what we're going to do is we're just going to do simple calm eyebrows, just flat straight across eyebrows. In the second row we'll do angry eyebrows, and then in the last row we will just do what I call sad or meek eyebrows. Okay, in the first column we're going to do calm or neutral mouths, the second column will be happy faces, and in the third column we will do sad smiles. And then I've just shown you some names for expressions that you could apply to each of these faces. And you can come up with your own names to describe each face. That's up to you. I think all of these apply reasonably well. But go ahead and rename them if you choose to. So what we're going to do now is we're going to draw a new set of faces using what I call the boat shape. So just imagine you're a little bird and you're flying above a lake, and there's a little rowboat there, and you're looking down on it, and there's a guy in there rowing, and at the bottom of the shape here it's a little more pointy, so that would be the front of the boat, and then at the back it's a little more rounded. So that's what I call the boat shape, and I use it a lot for drawing heads. It's real quick and easy to do. So let's draw in 9 boat shapes for the head. Here we go. Now I've sped this up to double speed just to save you some time, and now we are ready to put in the features. Okay, the first thing you're going to notice is that I'm using a new style of eyes and nose. I'm basically using a parallelogram for the eyes, and for the nose I'm using basically a bird wing shape with a line across the bottom. So there's the bird wing and then a line across the bottom. Let me do one bigger. Bird wing and then a line across the bottom. Okay, and now I'll just fill in the other heads with the new eyes and nose shape. Get them in there quickly. And really you can use any style you want, but I like these because they're quick and consistent. Now with the this one here, I'm using wider parallelograms, which then I can shape, especially if I want younger characters or females with maybe eyeliner or something like that. So I'll put the eyes a lot wider if I'm doing females or younger characters. Okay, so there we go. Let me just erase that. And let's move on. Okay, so now it's the same idea. We're just going to put calm eyebrows across the first row. We're going to put the angry eyebrows in the second row. And then in the third row we will do our sad eyebrows. or worried eyebrows. I call them that sometimes. And then in the first column, we're going to do our calm or neutral mouths. In the second column, we'll do the smile for the mouth. And then in the third column, we are going to do the frown mouth. All right, there we go. So now we have the same expressions, but on a little more advanced face. Now you can add ears, you can add hair, you can add on a neck, you can add on any features you want. But if you just want to practice the expressions, then just draw your basic head shapes, place in the eyes, nose, and mouth of any style you like, and then you can experiment with your expressions by changing the eyes and mouth features. And I'm going to put up a new layer here and just experiment here. If you do a cockeyed expression where one side of the face is higher than the other, like an eyebrow, it always makes for a questioning situation where there's a question being asked or some confusion, or you know, the person's not sure about something, they're wondering something. So keep in mind an offset expression usually has some kind of question involved with it. And here I'm doing an angry face. If you add teeth, nose wrinkles, and your brow wrinkles, you can really make a face look very, very angry. So just experiment, use reference pictures. Draw. Okay, so what I have here is I have some pre-made faces to show different kinds of expressions. I'm using the oval head, I'm using oval eyes, and a little two-line triangle kind of nose here that you'll often see in manga styles or Archie comic book styles. And then I've got pre-made eyebrows and mouths. And then I've even put in eyeballs, and if you put them on a different layer, you can just use your arrow keys and you can move them around. So let's see, what am I doing here? There we go. Okay, you can see I'm moving the eyes around here. And actually moving the eyes can make one expression change a little bit as to what you might call the expression. It can make sometimes sad things look more sad, angry things look more angry. Just depends on where you put the eyes and you know, the other features that you have put in place. And I've also added in some skin textures, light skin, a medium skin, a nice chocolatey skin color, and that doesn't change the expressions at all, but it was just fun to add them in. And there's just the eyes and mouths, and a lot of times you can just work with expressions just with eyes and mouths, so you don't even need to draw in the head shape. Now here is the boat shape again. I used the line tool here in Photoshop a little bit to make it a little... Actually, I used the brush, and I used the shift key, if you know how to do that technique where you hold shift and then press, and you can make straighter lines. And there we have our parallelogram eyes and the bird noses. Okay, and then turn on the next layer, and we have our eyebrows in there, and the different style of mouths, calm, happy, sad, and there's the feature names. So it doesn't matter what style you do, all these expressions work. And there's our eyes we're moving the eyes around. You can tell it kind of changes the expressions a little bit. Even makes an angry person into more of a wondering what the heck is going on. Maybe frustrated is a good expression you could use instead of anger, just with the eyes up to the corner there. So moving the eyes around does change what the emotion or expression is of the character. It makes sad look sad and worried to me, but you'll have your own expressions for all of this. Now let's add in some skin textures here. Nice light skin, medium tan, nice dark chocolatey skin, and then if you want to go into the realm of fantasy or well, there's pink with purple polka dots, so I don't know what you call that. And add some green polka dots, maybe you have aliens, I don't know. Anyway, you can have a lot of fun with this stuff. Again, you can add on more features to these. Once you get good at laying out the basic head and eyes, nose, mouth, and eyebrows and the mouth, then you can you know, start finishing the drawings, make them a little more polished and finished, adding in some hair and some ears, a neck, you know, maybe trying different you know, male and female hairstyles. This is one I like to use a lot for girls, is just a basic bob cut, because I can get it in there real quick. I'll even thin out the jawline and put on thinner necks for girls, definitely put on lashes. All these cliche things work perfect when you are drawing characters. You don't want any confusion about who your character is and what your character is doing. Well, most of the time you don't. Maybe you do want a character where you leave the reader wondering who or what he or she is doing and their personality. But that's up to you. That's way ahead of this game. Here we're just doing basic features, having some fun, and giving you a way to do it very quickly, so you can just do lots of repetitions and practice your expressions. Okay, let's do a few more expressions. There we've got some angry eyebrows, and if you got that nose wrinkled, that's usually only when you're very, very angry. And let's shape that mouth. More nose wrinkles. And let's put in some teeth. You know you're angry when you're getting into biting mode. And here's a little surprised expression with the cute little mouth. And you can see the bottom lip kind of folds in half, and if you look at some expressions reference photos, you'll see that is a real thing. Again, a lopsided face could be confusion, questions, wondering. All kinds of fun. And nothing nicer than a nice smiley face. Notice the top part of the mouth is pretty much a straight line across. When you look at people smiling, the top lip is almost completely straight, sometimes with a little downturn on the sides, but mostly straight. So there you go. That's what I call the 9-grid expressions sheet. Have a lot of fun with that. We have lots more to cover with expressions, but that's for another lesson, and we'll see you there.